Hey Pisces Souls, welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help people find the magic within. If you're new here, welcome. I channel messages from creative expression such as movies, books, and music, and I'm excited and honored to be doing this reading for you today. For this series, I'm channeling messages from Keke Palmer quotes. I just recently went and seen Jordan Peele's new film, Nope. And while I wasn't a fan of the film, I genuinely love Get Out and Us, so I was excited to see what Jordan Peele's new film entailed. And Keke Palmer is one of the main actresses in that film, so I was very drawn to her. She has a lot of sassiness and divine feminine energy that just exudes from her. So I was curious about her, and I was looking up on the internet if she had any quotes for a possible YouTube series that we are doing right now. And there's an article called 30 Inspirational Quotes from Keke Palmer. And as I was reading through them, I thought to myself, wow, she's really wise. And these are all things that she has said personally. They're not quotes from her films. So I'm very excited to bring these channeled messages to you today. How the reading will work, Pisces. I have channeled 12 different quotes from Keke Palmer. I've written them down on paper, put them in this little tin. Spirit will choose one for you. And then we'll do an intuitive card reading to get some additional messages. So let's see which Keke Palmer quote has a message for you, Pisces. We have working with Ice Cube was so tight. He's cool, and I really like how he does family stuff. My guy friends couldn't believe I was chillin' with him. Dudes love Ice Cube. Working with Ice Cube was so tight. He's cool, and I really like how he does family stuff. My guy friends couldn't believe I was chillin' with him. Dudes love Ice Cube. So one thing that's already coming up, I feel like some of my Pisces souls have a knack for rapping here. I feel like some of you like to rap because Ice Cube is a famous rapper, and that's the first message that's coming through full fold right now. So that's really cool. I'm excited to see what other messages come through. The first deck of cards that we are using is the Zombie Tarot deck. Thank you, Spirit. What are your additional messages for my Pisces souls? We have the Devil. Next, we're going to pull a card from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? We have Hyena. Next, we have the Keepers of Light deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Mercury. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. And your final message will come from the Moonology deck. Thank you, Spirit. What are your final messages for my Pisces souls? Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Okay, with your cards and with the message from Keke Palmer, the first message that was coming through, I feel like there are some of you who enjoy rapping or something creative, because that was the first thing that came to my mind when I read Ice Cube here. But with your cards here, there's also an energy of jealousy in relationships, whether this is someone you're in a relationship with or someone you're friends with. Because the quote says, working with Ice Cube was so tight. He's cool, and I really like how he does family stuff. My guy friends couldn't believe I was chilling with him. Dudes love Ice Cube. So there's an energy I'm feeling of you spending time with someone and someone else not liking it. Because the first two cards here, we have the devil and we have the hyena. On the devil card here, what I'm drawn to is this face up here that's just kind of like watching and lurking. I feel like you're someone, Pisces, who is very charismatic, and you have a tendency to attract a lot of people to you. But I also see when you're in relationships, you're very loyal to those that you are in a relationship with. And with the devil card, I am picking up on a sense of temptation for some of you. I do see some of you may think the grass is greener somewhere else. And these are all things that are coming up in your experience right now for you to look at. There could also be a cycle for you to look at here. But I'm also being drawn to, there's a hand coming out from this vending machine also with a cigarette. So it's like temptation. There's something here about temptation. But also there's a really jealous person around you who doesn't like you hanging out with other people. This person has a very possessive energy. It's a codependent energy. And I feel like they start fights with you about this. Now, this could also be a shadow aspect where you could be the person that Spirit is referring to. I'm not feeling that very heavily, though. I feel that this is a situation where the person you're with is very possessive, because Pisces is a very emotional sign and they communicate their feelings very strongly. They're very strong in their emotions and they have a good handle on them. But there's also like this energy of someone just kind of lurking around you, Pisces, and also an energy of temptation in some situation or another here. Somebody doesn't like that you have other friends. Somebody doesn't like that you have a friend. If you have a boyfriend, your boyfriend doesn't like you hanging out with other people. Or it could be a friend where it's a very possessive friendship where the friend can only have you as a friend and no one else, and then gets all upset when you don't abide by what it is that they want. Because just look, this hyena, just like lurking. And see how the moon, it's a balance between dark and light. And this is a message that keeps coming up right now. I was working from home yesterday and we had a storm, and I walked outside and one side of the sky was light and sun and blue sky, and the other side was stormy weather. So there is a message right now from the spiritual realm where we are balancing light and dark with the shadow work that we have been doing. And also the uplifting messages that we have been bringing to people. See how it's balanced on the moon in the background. It's very, very beautiful. And we've all been working collectively to do that. But this situation in particular is part of this process for you. There needs to be balance here. And Spirit is saying the best thing that you can do to handle this situation right now is to openly communicate. And look, it says Mercury on here, and we're about to enter a very powerful Mercury retrograde where shadow aspects are going to come up like crazy. So, for you, Pisces, one of the things that will help you during this Mercury retrograde and with this situation where you feel tempted, where you feel like somebody is watching you, where you feel like somebody is possessive over you, where you want to go have fun with whoever you want to have fun with and do what you want to do without having to worry about someone breathing down your neck. Open communication. I'm seeing that show Temptation Island where these couples go on this show to tempt their relationship. And they go and they live in other houses with other people for about a month or so. And oftentimes you'll see the relationships break up because they get tempted and then they cheat. And what's really interesting at these bonfires that they have, they'll sit around and they'll watch these TVs and they will get to see what their significant other is doing. So I do feel an energy of that very strong. It's like you're on Temptation Island right now, or your partner feels this way. And being able to see what the other person is doing. And there are some instances where there's a codependent energy where the guy and the girl in the other houses, they will find that they can have fun with the opposite sex and just be friends. They find that they don't have to engage in, you know, a loving connection with. They find that it doesn't have to be intimate with other people like it is with their significant other. They find that they can have friends of the opposite sex and still be true to their partner. And that's the main message that I'm seeing here. And I'm seeing if some of you have that open communication with your partner, someone who can tone down the possessiveness or who is not possessive at all. It is an energy of knowing the difference between the two. But openly communicating with your partner. You can be friends with someone of the opposite sex and still be true to your partner and have a very loving, independent relationship where you both do what you love, but you come back together stronger because you trust each other and you communicate with each other. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here, bringing balance in that way. So there'll be some shadow aspects that come up. So if you find that you are triggered in your relationship with someone, that is why. It says, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. So you also, Pisces, may have issues with your significant other hanging out with someone that's a friend that's of the opposite sex. It could be, and I'm also hearing LGBTQ relationships as well. It all is the same when it comes to emotions in relationships. And the key is communication, regardless of what relationship you are experiencing, okay? Jealousy is a valid emotion to have, and it works everywhere, all right? We all feel it at some point or another. So get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. But also take time to breathe out, doing some meditation and breathing in confidence, exhaling doubt, and just really doing some breath work to help release any toxic energy, because I am seeing that there's a pattern here from past lives. It's coming up very, very rapidly right now for you to let go of and to help bring balance between the dark and the light. I'd like to open up my clairaudience and get more information on what's going on here. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you have for my Pisces souls? I'm being shown a phone. I'm seeing that almost all of your communication with another person is on your phone. And it can be very, very easy to misunderstand someone through text because you can't tell the tone that they are saying. This is a situation where you need to speak with the person face to face, okay? So that you can see their reactions, that you can speak up and be heard, and feel the energy in this dynamic with this person that you are in a relationship or a friendship with, all right? Only having communication through a phone, it doesn't work. And you will find yourself getting even more frustrated because you're not able to openly communicate in the way that you need. Only communicating through electronic devices, that will not cut it. You have to communicate in person or even talking on the phone, okay, where you can hear the other person's voice. It would be more ideal to do it in person where you can see each other and connect with each other in that way, all right? What else, Spirit? Thank you. I haven't seen this show, but there are some messages in the show Nurse Ratched, which is a spin-off show from the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And this nurse in this story, she takes care of the people that have been committed into this mental health facility. And her character is not the nicest. So there is a caretaker, someone with the energy of Nurse Ratched from that show that is very similar to someone in your experience. I feel called to pull another zombie card here. What else are you pointing out about this person who has an essence like Nurse Ratched? Which I'm going to need to check that show out. I've heard it's really good. We have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so see how we have the two people at the bottom of the card here, and then all of these zombies are just kind of hoarding in on their energy. And it's about boundaries. There is a person in your life who feels like they are very nurturing towards you, but they don't realize that they come off in a demeaning, negative way. And this energy has been perpetuated at you, much like the zombies on this card. And they don't realize they're causing more harm than not. So you need to set energetic boundaries with this person. This could be your mother. This could be someone who took care of you. This could be an actual nurse. But this person is only doing it to make themselves feel better, is the energy that I am getting. So I'm also feeling like there is a parental figure for some of you who meddles in your relationships, who wants you to spend all your time with them, doesn't like it when you go out with your friends. So you may have a very codependent parent on your hands who has the energy of Nurse Ratched. Now, I'm not feeling that it's all negative. I do feel that from their level of awareness, they're doing this from a place of love because they love you. They want to spend time with you, but they don't realize that they're hindering you from having connections with other people. And it's imposing on your boundaries, and it's imposing on very cool experiences that you have, especially if you are a rapper who could hang out with people like Ice Cube. So I'm also feeling this energy for those of you who are rappers or are doing something very creative in nature, I feel like there is a nurturing figure like Nurse Ratched who's just kind of speaking negative things towards your creativity, towards your passions, and it's really depleting your energy. So you need to set energetic boundaries with this person. If you love to rap, if you love to create something, if you love to act, sing, dance, paint, draw, whatever it is for you, do not let anyone steal those dreams from you, okay? I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. This is your life, and you're here to do what you love. Do not let somebody steal what you love from you, okay? They will just have to deal with it as you continue to ascend and move towards that which lights you up, Pisces. It matters what you want. And I do feel that this person is coming from a loving place, thinking that they're doing what's best for you, thinking that they're protecting you, but it's actually just hindering you. So some of you need to speak up to this person and say, I'm going to do what I want to do. I appreciate that you just care about me, because you'll see in time that their energy will start to soften, because you're healing a very toxic wound in your lineage by continuing to move forward and do what you love. Stand up for yourself, communicate, balance that shadow aspect with the light, with love and compassion. It will shift in a very powerful way, okay? So that is all that I am seeing, Pisces. Those are your messages. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. I am excited and honored to have done this reading for you today. If you enjoyed any of the decks of cards I used, I'm linking those in the description box down below as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.